Navi Nation, it's your boy Mo, and today we're installing 19mm Nibbi carbs on both of these Navis. Let's do it. So it's gonna be a pretty cool comparison today because Billy and Walt, they pretty much have the exact same build on their Navis. The only difference is gonna be Billy has the NCY clutch, so we'll see how much of a difference that makes for the acceleration. They're currently running stock carburetor with 3590 jet setup, and they have different exhausts, but we'll go ahead and chalk that up to the same. We marked the manifold with Sharpie to port it out from 16mm to 19mm to match the new flow from the 19mm carb. Billy was more prepared than I've ever seen him. He busted out his high school shop class tee with his name tag on it and his safety goggles. Walt wasn't as prepared, so you know I had to get my boy some safety goggles.
Oh yeah, appreciate it.
The boys started port matching the manifolds using two different tools. Billy was using this little Dremel tool that we got from Harbor Freight, and Walt was using the drill. The drill was not as fast as the Dremel, but they were both getting the job done. Now, let's leave the boys to do this and go have some fun. So you know it wouldn't be a motorcycles performance video if we didn't do some before testing to compare to the after. So while the guys are over there port matching their manifolds, I'm gonna go ahead and take the bikes out and do 0 to 30 mile per hour testing. We already know top speeds. Let's go get the 0 to 30 mile per hour time. I'm gonna be using the GPS race timer app to track the 0 to 30 times. Fun fact, this is actually where I had my accident a couple months ago. 0 to 30 mile per hour test 1 on Walt's bike, and let's go. Oh, or not. And let's go. Bro, what? And bro. This man had the gas turned off. Problem solved. Test 1, Walt's bike. Let's go. Time to do the 0 to 30 test on Billy's bike. Let's go. Let's do it. That is a pretty solid run. I got back to check on the status of the manifolds. The boys have made some pretty good progress, but as you can see, there's a bit of a lip left, so we got right back to it, evening out the rest. Billy got in there again, Walt got in there again, and hell, even I got in there again. This took a really long time with the tools we had, and I would definitely recommend using something a little better. We also made sure to polish the manifolds when we were done with porting. This allows for more consistent airflow and better performance. And now it's time to put the carbs together. So we already got Billy's carb completely set up. This is what it's gonna look like in the end. It's gonna be the exact same for Walt as well. And we're putting 3892 jet setup into this carb. So let's show you how we did that. So the Nibbi comes with a 32 in it. And we're going up to a 38.
32, there's 38, 38, you can see it, and not really.
This is the pilot jet. The pilot controls fuel from idle to a quarter throttle. If you're having issues idling or taking off from a stop, it's probably your pilot jet. Screw this in and make sure it's tight so that it doesn't fall out. Don't over tighten it or it will break.
98 jet. All right, let me see the 92.
92, right? This is the main jet. The main controls fuel from about 3/4 throttle to wide open throttle. If you're having issues at the top end, it's probably your main jet. Also, a general rule for tuning is to drop one main jet size for every 2,000 feet increase in elevation. Oh, and make sure not to forget this little cap. Putting this bottom piece is gonna be a little bit tricky, so you make sure you gotta come at an angle like that.
Finesse it almost, like, and then drop it on.
All right, just tighten everything back up. Make sure you got the washer in there and you are jetted and ready to go. So make sure before you do anything, you go ahead and flip this little petcock over to be lined up with that. That's gonna turn off the fuel going to the carb. So when you take the carb off, there's no leak. Using a 12mm socket, let's go ahead and remove the shock bolt. The reason you wanna unscrew this top bolt right here is because when you drop the wheel, it's gonna give you a lot more room to access this carb and to get into work in there. So just take off that one screw and you got a lot more room to work. We're gonna start by removing the choke cable and unscrewing the choke. You won't be using this anymore with the Nibbi carb, so you can just tuck it away. Or if you really want, you could go ahead and remove it. We're not gonna be doing that. You guys might notice that on Walt's carburetor, there's this little extra tube that goes up here. This is Billy's right here. You can see he doesn't have this, but otherwise the carbs that they have are the exact same. They have all the other same connections. So what I'm assuming this is is that being in California, or Walt having got his bike in California, that is a little breather tube that kind of recycles where the gas is going that comes out of here, so it's not going back into the environment. Whereas Billy's bike, as you can see right here, is from Illinois, and so they don't care about the environment over there, and so he doesn't have that rebreather tube. That's what we're suspecting it is.
I don't care about the environment over there.
So that's what we're suspecting it is. Hopefully we're right and it's just a little breather tube and it's not gonna make a difference with the install. We'll update you guys once we're done. Now we're using a 10 millimeter to get back in there and take the manifold off completely because we're gonna be replacing it. It's really tight to work in there, so again, make sure you drop the shock so you have a little bit more room. First manifold bolt off. You can take this off with a little pinch clamp right here.
Yeah.
So make sure when you're pulling off this little fuel line right there, you have a plastic bottle on hand just in case it leaks out, so you can catch that and it doesn't spill up everywhere.
Okay. Let's see.
And yeah, it is leaking a little bit, so make sure you have that bottle handy. Second manifold bolt.
I'm gonna take this hose off though right now. And I'm gonna take the throttle cable out.
The throttle cable is a really easy, just unscrew. All that's left is pull it off. Yep.
Okay.
Carb is out.
And then there's that hose at the bottom.
That is the OEM throttle cable and the cap for the carb. We just need to get that off so we can slide the throttle cable into the Nibbi carb. We have confirmation that it works. We just need to get this gray cap off. So we'll let you know how we figure it out once we do, but it's been about 15 minutes of us trying to figure it out and that thing is not going anywhere. So while the boys figure out that cap, I'm being blessed by Kendra, Chef Kendra right here. Special delivery, special meal. Oh,
Tuscan
girl,
chicken,
what?
mashed potatoes, green beans, bread.
That's the whole nine. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Cheers.
Girl.
Yeah, guys, you guys do that. I'll be back in a little bit.
Yeah.
Now that I had a full belly, I had the idea to drill into the cap. We then used a flathead screwdriver to try to pry it open. And? Okay.
Okay.
Try it.
Come on.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. We took this little rubber cap off of the top of the OEM carb. We cut the top just so it fit over this metal piece. We're gonna slide the Nibbi cap onto it, and then we're gonna use the rubber to slide it down, and it's nice and secured. And then we'll go ahead and put the spring on and the rest of the carb. I didn't do a great job of showing this in my recording, so I went ahead and clipped Nibbi's video for you. You guys can see how he's threading the throttle cable into the choke slide, and then notice how he lines up the opening of the slide with the small bump inside of the carb. This is super, super important. If you don't do this right, the slide won't sit right, and the Navi will not start. Now, all that was left to do was to put the carb back on, tighten the manifold bolts back in place. Reattach all the hoses. So guys, when you're putting this back together, just make sure that you clamp this a little bit higher up. Don't make it like flush right here because it will not pinch securely. Make sure you have a little bit of space there, pinch it up top and give it a couple pulls just to be safe. The gas is off, yeah. And now for the moment of truth. Okay, hold up. Okay, try it. So yeah, remember that part that I told you was really important? We ran out of time on that day, but we came back the next day and quickly realized that we didn't put the slide in correctly. Once we adjusted that, we were ready to go. Yeah, let's go. Oh, yeah, you saw that. We saw that.
Go down the street.
Now that we got Waltz up and running, it was time to install Billy's. This one went a lot smoother and a lot faster than the first one.
Hey, right here.
Yeah. It was on the ground.
Right.
Holy shit, bro.
I forgot about that.
You know what time it is. Now that we got these Navis up and running with the 19mm Nibbi carbs, it's time to take them out, do the after 0 to 30 testing, and see how these carbs affected performance. Let's do it. It definitely feels a lot quicker. I'll tell you that off the bat. Walt's bike with the 19mm Nibbi carb, let's get it. That's awesome. And now it's time for some top speed testing. Feels quicker?
Yeah, way quicker.
More responsive?
Way more responsive. Quick,
Oh, yeah.
to the throttle, to the touch. It sounds heavier too. It gives it like that roar, like a little deeper voice to it. 10 out of 10 mod.
Billy, how about you? How's yours feeling?
Mine's good. I hit about 50 on the uphill that I'm usually at 40 on. And then
That's big gains uphill.
yeah, big uphill gains. About probably like 2 or 3 more on the top end. Like it stays there a little bit easier. It feels and sounds more mean. Like it definitely sounds a little bit louder.
So the other question I want to ask you guys, like when you're riding, let's say you're going 40, for example, and then you start slowing down, and then you want to get back on the gas. How does that feel?
Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah, it's quick.
Feels smoother.
The response is really there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you heard from Billy and Walt about their experiences, and clearly they're big fans of this mod. But the moment you guys have been waiting for, let's talk about the actual results. They both saw big gains to their top speed, going from 53 miles per hour to about 56 miles per hour. The important thing is they could get there a lot quicker, and they could hold the speed a lot easier than before. In terms of 0 to 30 mile per hour time, Walt had a much bigger gain than Billy did. He went from 4.7 seconds to 4 seconds flat, losing 0.7 seconds. Billy, on the other hand, went from 3.9 seconds to 3.8 seconds, only losing 0.1 seconds off the time. Now, Billy's Navi was already faster because of the NCY clutch, so we were expecting him to be significantly faster than Walt after adding this carb. We're gonna keep tweaking it over the next week to see if we can perfect the tune and shave a couple seconds off the time. However, both Billy and Walt are very happy with the results, and they both said multiple times that their Navi feels completely transformed after doing this mod. I will say, from the short time I spent riding it, it did feel like a completely different bike, and it was really responsive. Both Billy and Walt's full builds are listed below in the description. And with that, we're at the end of our video. I appreciate you guys checking it out. If you found it helpful, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. We just passed 900 subscribers and we're making our way to 1,000. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.